Hey, you guys, it is Candace, Trinice, and Fee, and this is VGB. And today we are going to be talking about a show called Raising Dion that is on Netflix.
A Netflix original. It's a.
They've been pulling out a lot of originals.
This is the first season.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted us to be aware of that as we discuss it. That this is season 1, so we have to go in with that mindset. And honestly.
Truly.
When I heard about it, I was excited. I think the subject matter was different. Basically, it's about a superhero boy who's learning about his powers and a single black mom that's figuring out how to live in a world with a super black child. So I thought that was pretty cool when I heard about it. When I saw the trailer like years ago, I was excited about it. Are we going to jump into the messiness of this trailer?
Oh, my God. Yeah. So, I could not understand it. Okay, were they going to use that person before or something? Or was that, how, who are them people?
Well, to my knowledge, I mean, when I watched it, I thought they were.
Right.
But it might have just been kind of like
Let's
a
test the waters
crowdfunding type thing. Yeah, like to see if people really wanted this. So I was excited. I liked the original cast. I do like the current cast, but when I first saw it, I just liked the original cast. It just looked.
You like the from the trailer?
Yeah.
Oh, I prefer the Netflix people. Versus,
So weird.
and it could be because I originally saw the Netflix first, so maybe that's why.
That could be why. Candace, what do you prefer?
I didn't like this show personally. Period. Poo. But I prefer what I saw on Netflix just because it looked low budget on the trailer. It looked like a web series.
Yes, it did.
I mean, yes, it was giving me web series
And so
feels.
that's why I didn't like it.
And at first, I mean, it kind of caught me off guard. Like, I felt stupid at first, very stupid, because I was like, oh my God, is this real? Does this happen? And then I was like,
Wait, I'm
it's just a show.
sorry. What did you think was real? What exactly did you think was real? Because you need to explain.
I'm saying, when I first saw it, it caught me off guard, and I was just like, because the way that it was represented, I was like, is this happening? Like, is this the time that we're in? Honestly, I did. I said, is this the time we're in? Then I was like, duh, this is just a show.
Is what the time? I'm just so lost. I'm lost. Are you with her?
She wants to know if people will have superpowers.
Oh, in actuality.
Yes.
Well, when I saw X-Men, I did believe there are mutants among us, so I guess I can't really talk.
I always feel like there's a little bit of truth and stuff.
And when I saw Toy
I think
Story, I
Beyonce
really
might have
believed.
superpowers.
She probably did. I believe that. Who else would be a superhero?
Me.
Okay. No. That's just superheroes walking among us.
I'm a
think
very good judge
Steve
of character.
Jobs was a superhero.
Interesting.
Rest in peace. They get him out. They got him out here. He's getting too strong.
Ooh.
His outfit was a turtleneck.
Yeah. It was his costume.
I love to get my Steve Jobs on in a good turtleneck. So.
Okay, Dre.
Okay.
Dre from Blackish said the same thing.
Oh my gosh. So, how do we feel about getting into the show, you guys? Which you should watch. How do we feel about the child actors in this show?
I had to put myself in check because it's a certain level that I expect.
Okay.
All the time going in. Candace just read me the other day about it. But like I just was like at the beginning, I think maybe until like episode 4, I was kind of like, he can be replaced.
Dry.
I honestly say my brother could have done better.
Yeah,
and I know a lot of people
several times.
probably say that, but honestly, my brother could have done better.
Right.
And it's just like certain parts were just I felt forced.
Okay.
It was fake, and of course it is fake, but like it was just dry.
It
fake.
felt
like, oh my gosh, there is a ball over there, like that sort of.
Yeah.
And I don't like that, but also I think this is like his biggest role.
Yeah.
And you gotta give actors time to develop. So like I said, once the action picked up, I was a little more okay with his character. I think he got more settled in, but. At first I was like, no. Now I did love Esperanza from the beginning.
I was gonna say
beginning.
that's
Why,
my
'cause
girl.
She had attitude.
Maybe, I don't know, but I just felt like it was
She
sincere.
just knew what she
and
wanted.
It was
She
real.
knew, she knew she knows who she is, and I liked her character too. She was very fun, and she didn't care about
The same size.
Boom.
that cut deep. That cut deep.
Boom.
That's all right,
Roasted.
Esperanza. I'm sure people have to, hang together. But for a while, I wasn't sure. I was hoping that the twist and stuff wouldn't be her going bad, but she hung in there, girl. You hung right on
She
in
hanging
there.
there. She was never hanging.
Yeah, she was.
Yes, she was.
Oh, we
I was
not
gonna
gonna
say,
talk about
put
that.
me down, put me down, get off, put me down.
She did wow him out.
She was super mad, and I don't blame you, girl.
And also,
love who
just
you are.
a note. She actually has a disability. My
It starts with my notes. It starts
These
with
are my
O.
notes.
It is a bone disease that she has, and I think it's great that they didn't make. You said
There
you
it
go
is,
face
because
up?
I can't pronounce it.
Oh, I thank you so much. Excuse us for handling business. Osteogenesis imperfecta. That's what it's called. And it's commonly known as brittle bone disease. So, and she's only
That's a
9.
tough
She's only
one.
9.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Why would you turn into a ghost like that? So intrigued. An intrigued ghost.
I'm just saying, that is tough. When your bones are brittle.
And I just think,
Oof.
I just think that, what do they tell people now? They used to tell us to drink milk, but you know what they say about the cow pus now.
Oh, gosh.
I do not
Not
drink
like
that cow's pus.
I mean, and almond milk is delicious. They say liquor's delicious, but so is almond milk. That could be on there.
I don't know. I don't even know how they went
I
there.
don't think that's appropriate advertisement.
I mean, they could. It could be adult almond milk.
Oh, no.
That's just eggnog.
Yeah,
Yes,
God, and
exactly.
I hate eggnog. Look, hooey.
Is that
But
cow's pus? Eggnog?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it
it
is.
is.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wonder if they made some with egg,
They probably have at this point. They're
probably
milking
so.
everything.
They're milking everything. Okay.
They're
But,
not milking everything. It's just smashed.
They have cashew milk.
They just smash it and get the.
Get the
That's what I mean.
liquid from it.
Okay, they're not physically milking it, but
I was
they're
gonna
making
say.
a milk out of it. All right. This is again. Here we go.
All right.
What did you call it? What did you call it? Oh,
Did I
she had a
call
very
it?
good way to describe our tangents, and I.
Oh, okay.
But go
Well,
ahead.
yeah. So, how do you all feel about the storyline in general? Like,
That is the only thing that helped me. Legit. I mean, because it's like you wanted to it was that the second episode? Was that the first episode?
because
When
they gotta
went
honestly,
out
I feel
to
like they
the-
gotta catch you on the first episode. If they don't catch you on the first episode, you ain't
think-
watching no
I think
more.
she
Me?
gave him 2. She gave him
Yeah.
1.5.
That's untrue.
Honestly.
That's untrue because even if stuff is horrible, like another show that we're going to talk about eventually, guys, when the plot thickens,
It's true.
The drama.
yes,
Okay.
and then I'll be there for it. I watched a very horrible movie on Netflix. What was it? The Man in 4B, 3B.
Yes,
think
I
it's
watched
3B.
that. It
Yeah.
was horrible.
Oh my goodness! It
The
was so funny.
graphics were
Oh,
disgusting.
we watched that. Where we coming from? Don't even say it. Don't even
We were
say
coming
it.
from Uncle Joe. Oof. Girl, I almost killed somebody else.
Oh no!
We were coming from Uncle Clyde's funeral.
Uncle Clyde, yeah. So we were coming back, and there's this cool app. It was called what, Rabbit or something like that. I think that's what it's
Something,
called.
yeah.
And you can watch like simultaneously. So like she
But
can
do you
say,
have to be in the same room? Or can you just
no, because me and Summer were doing it too, and we weren't even close.
Okay.
But basically, you can say, "Hey, watch this video," and you and whoever you
that
invite
was
can
really
watch it
cool.
together.
We should do that again.
It is. I didn't have AirPods at the time. I was so ghetto. But
It was.
I was.
So what did I do? Give you one of mine?
So yeah, so we watched it, and everything that happened, we could legit see each other's reaction like real time, which is better than like watching.
Oh, I feel
it
like
over the
y'all did
phone.
one of those things with me. Okay, go ahead.
That was something
You don't
else.
ever want to participate in that.
That was something else. We
go
did
ahead.
do a
Just-
reaction
Oh,
video.
you talking about a reaction
when she
video.
was watching that lady? Was it the lady who was spitting out the food?
I thought it was a lady that was giving oral sex with her mouth.
Oh, what? Whoa.
In the church.
Oh,
Licking
what?
men's balls.
Oh,
That's
my
what she watched.
God.
And she acted like that.
but it was like 3 of them because we did the
there is
Patty
video
LaBelle
evidence,
one,
guys. I'll let y'all know.
the Patty LaBelle one.
Oh, this is
what she asked for? Give me
Oh.
my notes. What she say? Give me my background.
my background singers. Yeah.
And
We did that one? I thought we only did the food, the lady with the food. And a disgusting video of this lady cooking food with no utensils or anything else, guys.
because allegedly it's
so
safer.
dangerous. It's so dangerous to use utensils. And then it was the church one.
I remember that one too, but I feel like I feel like we did
We'll
that
see.
Pay about
We'll
one
look
for two.
there. But yeah, so we were watching it together, and it was like she could tell when I was disgusted and stuff, and we would laugh about that. So it was like, oh my God, look at this transition. And she was like, I knew you would hate it. This is so great. We love it. We love that we hate it together. So,
But that plot
yeah, it did. It got a little
got
thick.
thick as concrete.
Wow. Wow. Okay, that's good. That's
That's
good.
pretty thick.
I'm just saying. It was good. So yes, I hate this show. But and as you all know, we're going to talk about the whole show. Get over it. If you want to stop this now, feel free, because I'm not going to stop talking.
Okay, well, stop. Think about it. It's like, no, y'all got time to stop and to not listen.
It
But it's
doesn't
been
take
out
that
for a
long.
very long time. It's
It
been out for
doesn't
a
take
long
that
time.
long to press
so-
the pause button. They want to be here at this point.
Wow.
So the plot is the only thing that kept me. The graphics are horrible.
I disagree.
No, they're like when I
just
say
saying-
horrible, because it's not man in 3B horrible.
Okay.
It's just like unreal horrible.
Oh, got you.
Like it's when you're so used to Marvel and their X-Men is Marvel now, right? What are they now?
Yes.
Okay, so when you're used to that, it's just like nothing else can compare. And while I'm going to sit through it, because like Trini said, I had to have a talk with her and tell her, girl, relax. You know, you wasn't going to get that from this. But at the same time, it's just like, Nick, please. What was that? Bruce Leroy?
in The Last Dragon.
It's just all that's the same for me. It's all the same for me.
Okay, see, I can agree. But The Last Dragon, the graphics are horrible, but it was older.
Right, it's a different, but that's why this is
so this
upsetting
so
to
older.
me.
Yeah, when I see it now, it's like, oh, look how cute this is.
Well,
it's like
and then
watching
you gotta
all old
realize
movies
they have to work up
to that.
to that, like getting their budget
And I
and
get
things
it,
like that.
but-
And I think that this was a good start because honestly, it could have looked really cheap.
Yeah, it could have looked like the trailer, which is why I don't
Right.
prefer the trailer to this. That's it. That's the only reason why.
I think
The trailer was very horrible, guys.
I loved it, honestly.
Why?
Maybe I loved the idea when I first saw it. And I was
So
just
you're
like,
not
this
gonna
is
tell me the
amazing.
trailer wasn't like a web series,
I mean, it was, but
quality wise. That's all I'm saying.
okay. But did you see how his eyes did that thing?
No,
Okay.
I don't remember.
His eyes did
'Cause
this
I
thing that
lost
was
it.
really cool. And then the animation that they used in the trailer, they kind of used in the show anyway. So
Somewhat of it, but I don't know.
the same.
I think
The
it was just a little.
quality's just a bit above the trailer. That's
yes,
all.
it's just a bit above. So literally all the ideas are in the trailer.
Well,
But anyway,
Obviously, all the ideas in the trailer is where it comes from. The trailer. They had to make it grow
they changed
to a
everything.
trailer park, because that's all Raising Dion is.
Oh wow, that's disrespectful.
Definitely not a good
That's not what
community.
we. That's
like
not
Marvel.
one sound bite. We watched this show. All
exactly.
Raising Dion is a trailer park.
know.
That's what she just said.
I did say it.
oh my
They
god.
out of the cabin. They got this white man and this entitled white man, just like those white people at the trailer park. I'm playing.
Oh,
I do not go on no trailer
Yeah, I
park.
do
I'm
like the
putting
trailer.
my trailer right here.
Oh my.
Billy, you know this is my lot. Move your trailer down 24 feet.
I don't know about Trailer Wars, but clearly you're well versed.
Trailer
only
wars
trailer
that
are
I
very
know
serious.
is
Only trailers
Uncle
I know is
Jack.
Uncle Jack
Not
and,
Uncle Jack.
Oh wow, yes.
Uncle, what's his name?
Uncle Necky.
Yes.
Trailer.
And-
Ugh. Yes. Ugh. I'm just
Kevin.
saying you can't.
Someone Huck spits on. Are you a baseball player?
Girl, we need to get to that.
Someone is
the thing that make the
always
noise.
doing chewing tobacco over here.
I'm just saying you can't be that close. I mean, you can be actually very close in trailers. Honestly, like sometimes you
you-
could literally pass sugar from a window to.
You can be, but they don't like it. That's what
We don't like it.
we.
I
You
used
live in a
to-
trailer
I
park?
used to live in the trail.
Wow, you lived in a trail or
A
a trailer
trailer.
park? Mm.
Not for
Pass
long.
sugar through the window.
Not for long. I pretty close.
What kind of sugar?
Honey
wasn't
child
Domino's.
herself.
I know, girl.
It wasn't Domino's.
He wasn't Domino's. Oof. Gotta be careful with them non-name brands.
I
honey.
know it was a store bought. But anyway, so I mean, she kind of already touched on visual effects because clearly, you know, So I liked some of the visual effects. I liked the, what did they call him? The Electric Man? What did they call him?
The Crooked Man.
Crooked Man. I like the effects of that. I
Remember
thought
when
that
we used
was
to
really
say the
nice.
crooked letter for Mississippi?
Oh my God.
Oh man, good times.
Oh,
Humpback.
Ah,
I like that part of the visual effects. What else did I like? I mean, some of the stuff was like Houdini-ish to me. What?
you know, you leave that boy alone. I'm just saying. I just think the way that I approached this when it came to the graphics and things.
I liked Houdini.
Okay. But the way that I approached it when it came to graphics is the way that you was explaining to Candace. Like, it has to grow to something. And when I saw it, what I'm thinking about is they don't have the superhero budget. Every superhero movie that we have seen here lately has been from the people that create these superheroes. Like, they have the effects, they have the abilities, they have this. So for this show to be created from somebody that does not have that, and to be something that I'm willing to watch, I feel like I just gave it a little, just gave it a little boost.
And I mean, honestly, I thought about, when I was watching, I thought about if we were, because we clearly would love to create a superhero, my boys and I.
Oh, I was like,
and I was thinking, this is probably where we would start too. Like, people be talking about us the same way we was talking about.
Worse,
and like, oh, they look so low budget. But as long as the storyline is good,
it's the truth.
I know, but long as the storyline is good, whatever.
That's true.
If the storyline is good, it can carry a show.
That's true.
And it can carry a show where people will want to sign on and become partners with you and build.
That's true.
And you make more money
good
that
content can open doors for better quality.
Yeah,
that's what we're hoping we're gonna do on this show. That's a shameless plug, guys. But yeah, like that's what I'm thinking. Like, they're in a competition with people that dominate giving us superheroes. Like, every single, like, Ant-Man had a movie.
Right.
Ant-Man.
Right.
It was one of my least favorites, but we're not gonna get into that. But as far as like visual effects go, like the biggest movie of the year, we have, Black Panther.
Right.
You got Infinity War, like all the Avengers, like that's the stuff we used to seeing. So to go from that,
my
to
girl was
this,
coming out.
Black Widow.
Yes.
Yeah,
I don't know how I feel about
she
it,
can
though.
play everybody. We're
how I
not gonna
feel
get
about
into
it.
Scarlett
Yeah,
Johansson.
I won't talk about it. I was just gonna say.
But yeah, so to go from that to this, I literally had to say, like, if I go in expecting them to be, it's kind of like what I had to do for Black Lightning.
Yes.
So
and Luke Cage.
Yes. Our other black superheroes, which they're both grown black men. So to them to take on a young black male, wait till they have women in Black Lightning, but when there's actually one about a woman, that would be cool. So when I saw it, that's kind of like my mindset about that. Like, this is new, this is different, this is something that has not been done, uncharted territory. So the visual effects, are they going to be amazing? Are they going to blow me out the water? No.
Not yet.
They're manageable. Like, I feel like, it's believable now. I think that one car scene, I was like, come on. When he levitated, like, all the stuff.
Oh.
And it was flying everywhere. And I was like, all right.
Like, y'all had me.
Like,
don't lose me.
Come on. I'm trying to defend y'all. Come on. And I think, like, it just was off, like, a little. But it was this beautiful scene when he brought, I think, the stars in the room.
Yes,
that
with
was
mother.
nice. But that didn't look so ridiculously fake. I think when they try to go so far, like, you like that Crooked Man, but I wasn't really loving it because it's just like, you try to make this a storm. It's obviously
that's
a
why I
person
liked
out
it.
there.
But I think that's why I liked it, because it didn't look like really what it was. You know what I'm saying? I think
it definitely looked like a man.
No. I mean,
he looked like a man.
Not when the storm like first started. When it first started, I didn't think so. I had to, and maybe it could be because I honestly can't see that great. So, so when I first started looking at it, I was like, oh, it's a storm. Oh, whoa, wait, is there something there?
I just think that because they were trying to prove so much in being superheroes or having superpowers, that it went overboard and it got corny. If they just relax with some stuff, it could be acceptable. Like, I didn't even get upset when he saved that little animal through the window. I mean, obviously, it was just still fake, like everything else. Or even when he was trying to save the Crooked Man. And he was losing himself just like on the Green Mile. I said, here we go. A black person saving white people. And
Girl,
look what happens.
It's a sketch about that.
Oh my gosh.
I'll send it to you guys.
All right,
I'll
so
actually make you guys watch it.
So speaking of all of that, how do you all feel about the plot twist that happened? Because I caught you all trying to.
Stop saying
She always say she called us when she means she texts us.
She always texts us and say, "I'm just calling to ask y'all."
It's so annoying. You're not calling at all.
Well, it's you all's form of calling.
No, it's not. We call. We literally do voice calls, like face calls, voice calls. We do all of that.
Whatever. I was guessing, and my first guess was correct, and then I second guessed myself.
Yes, she did.
Did you guess that to us?
She did.
Yes, I did.
She did. I didn't
What did
say
she
anything.
say?
She was like, "Is it gonna be this person?" And I was like, "I'm not gonna say nothing because I hate when people guess right. And I don't want to say anything."
I thought she asked somebody else first, though.
No, she asked the right person first, and then she asked the wrong person.
When?
In the middle, it's an thread. She asked the right person, and then she was like, "Oh no, I think it's Esperanza." And I was like,
I'm talking about when we were here. She asked a person when we were here.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't remember who that was, but it wasn't that crooked man.
Oh.
But yeah, I knew it was that nigga. That was
whatever they said they did, whatever they say he did it. No, see, I just feel like okay. So the plot twist is that we didn't even go over the characters. So how can we even explain what the plot twist is? You normally do the characters. You don't want to do the characters. How you want to do the characters?
All right, so okay, so we have Mark, which is I call him the invisible dad, actually.
Ghost dad.
The ghost dad.
We can't say
It's
ghost
actually a
dad
movie.
because I know featuring you know who.
Yeah, so he's a dad that you really never meet. You just see him and
We get little
Smoke.
little moments.
We've
of
gotten
him.
to know Mark quite a bit.
maybe a few times.
I just feel like this relationship was so rushed, and I don't
His
understand why.
dad's-
Oh, because she got pregnant.
Oh yeah, he went to go.
Shotgun.
You're right. We did get to
Shotgun.
see him because he went to go see her dance and all that other stuff.
You know what really pissed me off? Mark is the dad. Nicole is the mom, so we can say her name.
Mm-hmm.
And I just felt like with her trying to start things, and I feel like it's very realistic. I just was upset about it, but I feel like she was just trying to do so much that she just never got to complete. Like, oh, I want to do that. Oh, I can't. Oh, I can't. I want to go back to doing dance, and then I
Right.
can't. And then I danced 2 times with this one man seductively, and now it's nothing. Like,
Oh yeah,
She was a slave to this white man. That's why she couldn't do anything.
she's not a slave to the white
And
man.
a slave to
what white man?
She was a slave to her son.
Pat. She
She wasn't no
also-
slave to him.
What? Pat was always in her life trying to
But she
control
wasn't no
everything.
slave to
Slave
him.
When I say a slave, I mean like even when she was getting close with this black man, what was
Yeah,
his
he
name?
was. Oh, black man.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
he's a
dancer.
Dancer one.
Her old good friend.
Yes.
He was trying to. That's when you noticed that he had a problem.
That is when I noticed. That's
Because he
actually when I
couldn't even
noticed.
go out and enjoy himself. I mean, she couldn't even go out and enjoy herself. When she wanted to just raise her
She
son.
means business, guys. The knives are out.
When she wanted to just raise her son, he's like, no, let me come over. Let me help him. Oh,
Now, at
Dion,
first it was
I'll be your
because-
mentor. No, that's what you think it was about.
That is true.
Because he made he felt like he made a promise to Mark.
Pat is the godfather.
Sorry, you guys. Yes.
Mark's best friend.
Yes. All right. So let me say these characters.
There
real
you
quick.
go.
So we got Mark, which is the dad. We have Nicole, which is the mom. We have Pat, which is the godfather of the son, Dion, who is the main character. We have Esperanza. Did I say her name?
Esperanza.
Esperanza, who is Dion's best friend, who's in a wheelchair.
Self-proclaimed best
I was going to say
Respect
she
that.
definitely made
He
herself
told
his
the
best
truth.
friend, but then he finally realized that he wanted her just like old man. So then,
He wanted to be a friend.
Right. So
old man.
we have Susanna. I think Suzanne. That is the woman that works for the company
Oh,
that
Bionic.
Mark. Is Bionic?
Yeah,
Okay.
Bionic.
That Mark worked for
like that.
and that Pat currently works for.
Yeah.
We have Charlotte, who is another a superhero, I guess you want to call her.
She was in. So Mara.
We'll let her finish telling the characters, then we'll tell what happened.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah. She
so-
was. She's connected to this.
The storyline,
their origin
the whole
story.
thing.
Yes.
And then we have Kat, who is the sister,
Of Nicole.
Of
Nicole's
Nicole,
sister.
yes.
So Dion's aunt.
and all the other characters.
More
They're
minor
just there.
characters,
They're
yeah.
very minor. So
Let's not say very minor. Let's not disrespect them.
I mean, not very minor, like
Minor. They're
just minor.
And Dion is Josiah Young. Is this his first role?
I
Correct.
believe this is his first role. Yes. And I think it's very big, and that's another reason why I got to episode 4, because I wanted to give a young black. A lot of the actors, minus Michael B., everybody else I had not really seen do much, so I respected them.
I feel like Charlotte, I know her from a few things.
Yes, Charlotte, I do know her from a lot of things. She was in like more like law stuff. I've seen her around, but like a lot of the people that maintained like the major characters, I didn't really see them often. So I really love when new shows give new faces an opportunity, because we know great actors can act, but what about the people that want an opportunity? I think a good mix of the two works well.
Yeah.
So basically we see that
Mark is a scientist. Let's start there.
Yes, Mark is a scientist. As is Pat, they work for a company.
Is Pat a scientist?
Well, him and
Pat is not the scientist. He's the computer. He's the because he wanted to be a scientist and he kept on saying,
wouldn't let him in the room.
You right.
He was the computer
premise
guy.
only for scientists.
They work for the same.
I don't know
company.
what it is that he did, but he worked all the computers and things.
So yes, they work for the same company. Also, don't forget for me to make a point about the whole Dion situation with that game and Pat.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so they went to this kind of like event where
they went to a meteor shower.
In Iceland. That's what it was called. In Iceland. It was beautiful, honestly.
It was. I actually wanted to go see that.
Do you?
I really want superheroes so bad. So.
I've honestly always wanted to go see it.
It was gorgeous. But apparently some of the meteor like residue came down onto the earth and it created these supers. So it affected a lot of the people that were there. Some people, yes, no, it affected everybody differently, and it was different abilities and things like that, as we begin to realize throughout the series. Now, I'm guessing Dion got it because, his father
passed
it on to him because, fathers carry the baby. And then, we had a whole situation where this, what do we want to call it? Essence. It's the villain. The villain is like this big storm that's walking around, kind of taking back all of the people that were affected by that one meteor shower moment.
The villain is bad energy.
Right.
Just like
from being hurt.
Negative energy. So we have Dion who doesn't know, and then I think toward the end we see that it's getting closer and things like that. No. Nicole believes that Mark was into some shady business with somebody else, and then that's how she found out about the whole.
Girl, you're doing a horrible job right now.
You said Nicole.
Wow. Nicole did when originally when she found out about.
Say why though? Because so Mark died, and he
died
because he saved a woman named Charlotte. And Nicole wanted to know why Mark was with Charlotte, because she's like, why did I find this woman's number in my man's pocket? The whole time, Mark and Charlotte knew each other from Iceland, and they realized that they both were having these powers. So they were meeting up to talk. But the crooked man, who is the storm, coming, or that's negative energy. Negative energy was coming to take Charlotte.
Consume them.
No, just Charlotte. Because he said he didn't know that Mark was going to be there. And Mark was a casualty. Mm-hmm. So, this crooked man happened to be in Iceland when the meteor shower happened. And instead of receiving the good powers, he basically received a disease that was killing him. And in order to get healed from this disease, he needed to consume the people who had the good powers because he felt like it would heal him. But one of these people, who actually wasn't at Iceland, but is a descendant of the Icelanders, had the ultimate powers to heal him. And that person was Dion.
Good job.
Since I was doing such a horrible job.
You admitted you forgot a very big part.
I did forget a very big part. But yeah, so we go through, because we don't know all of that, and they're piecing it together for us. And so once that whole situation happens, I just don't even know what my point was, because once she said it was horrible, then I just checked out. Anyway, I just think with the whole situation with the characters, I did not know from how it went, because they kept giving us flashes of what happened in Iceland, so I wasn't sure of what. I never even suspected that it could actually be a person. Like they kept calling it a crooked man, but I legit was like, it could just be a storm. Like it could just be just trying to take them. Charlotte was saying it was coming. She did, like they did realize
that they're after me.
Yeah, she did realize like these are not coincidences. These things are planned, and every time the people that have the good energy, the negative energy is coming to consume it. So it's intentional. So from there I was like, what could this be? But never once was I like,
I started thinking that it was him when he started coming with these headaches. Like,
no.
That's when I started thinking, because they came at like times where he could get angry or upset, or he wasn't getting his way. And then once I saw him have that problem, once I heard her say, she made a comment to, who was she talking to? But she made saying something. Nicole, she made the statement to someone saying that he couldn't keep a relationship because he was too controlling or something like that, and he was just bad with it. He wanted to take full control. So I said, oh, okay. So I see that he kind of has that problem. And then we saw how he was acting towards her, kind of, gravitating, trying to take over and everything. And then before he turned into the crooked man, he was having that disagreement with his girlfriend on the couch.
When we actually the reveal
found out, and I was like, it's about to go down, because she about to break up with him, and he is not gonna like this, honey, and he is gonna go off. And surely, he went off, and he got big, and he got
he was just always too controlling, and he wanted to.
But he thought and the thing about it was he thought that he was
Pat is the crooked man.
Oh yes.
Everybody.
Oh sorry, yes, Pat.
Yes, we found out that Pat,
and he was. In his, all right, this is the thing, like, because I know some people that's like this, and I try to tell them that it's wrong for living like this. So he honestly, in his mind, did not think that he was bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? He thought that because he was doing everything for her, because he was being so caring, so giving,
Oh, you mean him as the man?
Yes.
You mean him as the crooked man?
No, him as the man. He really thought in his mind that. I thought every woman would want this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how some people try to go above and beyond and try to be something that they're not.
Do too much.
And do so much. And then you're like, come on, dude, this ain't even what I really want. I want you to be attentive, but don't go so far. And I think that's what happened.
No.
I feel like
go ahead.
Back from Iceland, when he was talking to Mark about it, he was jealous then. So
I feel like
he wanted Mark's life. True. And he said... I'm practically his dad. When he was calling out somebody.
Girl, when he said that.
He said that to, to Charlotte.
Yeah. I feel like you said, when they made the comment, because it came up several times where he was like, you hated Nicole. Like, you didn't like Nicole at first. Mark said that when they had him and they showed a conversation between Pat and Mark. And Pat was like, I just said, like, what is she doing, basically, whatever. And I was like, that's a little weird. And once he started getting really, like, territorial, I was just thinking, wow.
I'm sorry.
I was just thinking.
I'm trying really hard.
I was thinking, is this typical white man behavior? Because they're so...
entitled.
Yeah, very entitled. And then
black men are like that, too.
They are. But white men, it's just historically known that they feel like they can be in places and do things when they have no right. And then also, just as a side note, have y'all seen all these videos of people telling black people they can't go in places and can't leave places?
Yeah.
What?
It's been pissing me off so bad.
It's an epidemic.
It is.
Are you kidding me?
Like, this one lady was like, who are you here to see? And the guys there were like his kids, and he was like, I'm here to see my family. And she was like, well, who is it?
What?
Tell me who lives here. And he's like, I don't have to tell you anything. She was like, well, I'm calling the police. And he was like, who am I robbing? I'm with children. Like, I'm literally with children. And I was just like, yo, why do they feel like they can do that? And then there was another video here in Baltimore where the girl's trying to leave out, and the lady was like, no, I'm not letting you leave so you can go rob somebody. And I was like,
these people was crazy.
Yo, it's ridiculous. Anyway, so once Pat, and I did tell you, once he started saying, like, feeling like he deserved, and then they had that dance scene, I knew right then. I said, he about
to go off.
He's trash because y'all not together. And she made it very clear, like, we are not together.
Yeah, and she wasn't interested.
You. You're here for my son. That's that.
Right. And I'm barely letting you do that, because at first she was really trying to handle this on her own.
Right.
But when he kept being so forceful and saying, like, oh, I know so much. I know about this. I know about that. Let me help you. Let me help you. Let me help you. And with her being alone and with her sister not wanting to believe anything.
Oh, my goodness. She's getting on my nerves so bad.
Because she didn't see it. I mean, she thought that she... No, but honestly, she thought that she was kind of losing it. So, I mean, I kind of saw her point at a point. Because I was just like... Because she thought that she was having the stress of...
Let's be real.
Right. Like, the stress of her husband. Okay, then she losing her job.
Okay,
and then her
son. If you haven't shown me any signs that you're crazy,
but she said that she had a breakdown before or something.
Oh, okay. My original, if Candace came to me and said, I can move things with my mind, I would believe her. Now, I would ask her to perform, absolutely. And if she couldn't, I would be like, maybe it's an off day, there's a lot of pressure, whatever. And if over a week she ain't showed me, then I'd be like, okay,
You have to look at yourself and see who you are and see that you're into something like this. We're talking about a doctor who goes by science, not by fiction. Honey.
This is fact.
It's only fact once you see it that, this can actually happen. Superpowers. I mean, dying on the cross and coming back to life is a superpower.
That's true. It's a video game coming out.
It's the biggest one. It's the biggest one ever.
It's the biggest one. It's sure.
I don't know. Could he survive a Thanos snap? We'll see. I'm joking.
Thanos.
Wow.
Started the world right over. Also, no, my bad. No, it was.
You hear me? You know what else he was?
Okay.
Anyway, but yeah, I just felt like with the sister, I wish that she had more support there.
Did we ever talk about that before?
I think we did. And you know she hates it. I think that Pat wouldn't have gotten in so much. And now that I think about it, he probably was testing the whole time to see if Dion actually had powers because he knew, Mark had.
Yeah, that's the thing. Well, no. Did he know that Mark had?
He was the crooked man, so yes, he knew.
Oh, he knew once he killed them, yes.
Yeah.
All right, so,
and what are these ghosts?
You said what is
they get on my nerves. How can he come back?
They were the people.
But who else came back besides Mark?
But they were out, period. No, seriously, like when they were, like he didn't even really come back. They would be like,
it was just like a moment type of thing.
That only happened like one time.
And what I'm wondering is, will they find a way to like make him come back? Will they make him find a way to come back for real?
That's what I want. That's what I want because I'm like, what did you even do this for? The end of the show, that's why I really hate the show. The end of the show pissed me off so bad. All they want to do is take a parent from these little black kids or these Disney movies all the time, and it's upsetting.
Oh god.
And I know it's not, but it just reminded me of one so bad because somebody's parent always got to die. Always.
I told you why they do that.
Because it's stupid.
That's not the reasoning, guys. Just so we're clear.
Why bring him back just for him to leave again?
I don't think they need to bring him back.
Because but I'm just saying, like, why not?
What is he going to add to the show? We know everything about you. You can't teach Dion how to use your powers because you didn't know how to use yours.
But he can figure out. That's the thing.
Well, he probably could figured out a whole lot for being in the inside, basically, for a long time.
Inside? Now he in jail, just like every black father.
I'm just saying that would be the plot twist that we need. That would make me actually care about this show.
I mean, as much as I knew, I just wasn't feeling Pat. Like, I just thought that he was too much from the beginning. But I just thought that he was just too much, like typical white guy too much.
Okay.
Like, doing the most, whatever. Because when he even was telling him, when Dion told him, and she was like, I told you don't tell nobody, I told you not to, whatever. Right. And he was like, it's Pat. And he was like, yeah, it's not a big deal. I was like,
Because I think, like I said, I think that it didn't get real serious with him until he found out that he could heal. That's what I think he was looking, because at first he just thought that he just felt like he was just gonna keep on absorbing people's that had the power. But once he went in that thing and that woman said this
the wolf
got healed, that changed everything for him. But I think at first, because generally he cared about the little boy. So
I can't
genuinely.
Yeah, I think he did.
I can't call it either.
I think he did. Honestly. But the hard thing about it was when he saw of how much of an effect that when he healed him for that short period of time, what it did to Dion. But because they figured out a way to balance it off, and
they didn't,
and I mean, like to counter it a little bit. Didn't they give him more of something?
It was the iodine, but that's because he found that research from Iceland. When I found it, he went through that research from Iceland.
Only because he wanted to save him for himself.
Exactly.
Like, it wasn't.
Right.
It wasn't because he was
willing to kill him.
And that's what I'm saying. Because at the end, he's like, he's gonna have to heal me. Right. And it's like, you knew what he did to him last time, so you know.
But do you think he
did
it knowing
have iodine with him?
He did that all to revive him. That's how you know he was all about self. Like, I would believe that if at the end he wasn't like, I'm sorry, this is what's gonna have to happen. Y'all gonna do what I want. Like,
once he found out that Nicole was just
mother.
Exactly, that was just too much. He just really was tripping.
This is the thing. If he was gonna be a good, genuine person, we already know he was a crooked man.
We do know that.
And just like the Shadow Man, they are not good people. So if he was going to do this properly, it would have been like, okay, let's set this up in the lab. let's have everything, because he worked for Biona. Is that how you say
Biona, I think so, yes.
So they could have had everything set up there. Mm-hmm. It would have been, a small, quiet event happening.
There been people there that can help on hand in case something happens.
Exactly. And they could have had all the iodine lined up that they would have ever needed to bring this boy back. Yes. But he didn't care. He tried to kill his mother.
Yes, he did.
He went and he was willing to tear the fur off of their whole science fair.
Yes, he
and
was.
all those innocent bystanders. Yeah, he's a thug. He's a thug.
Well, tell me how you really feel about the show. All right. Well, do you all think that you are here for season 2?
Not personally, unless they bring back his father.
Because clearly, I feel like we're gonna have a season 2 because
of that nasty
the little boy, which I knew was gonna happen.
I brought this up. It was in conversation. I don't know is the crooked man a white disease? Only been white men that have it as of now. And I just was like, is this larger? This is me.
Entitlement. Black. That's what it is. That's the disease.
Oh, you're trying to say, like, is it a under?
Yeah. Is there a purpose?
Like, like a deeper thing?
Because anybody could have been the storm, the new storm, or whatever. Also, I like the fact that they incorporated science so much in here.
Oh yeah.
Like they took.
I like that science teacher too.
The ultimate weapon that they used to destroy the crooked man was something that they created in class, which I thought was really, really cool. And I think when I first saw it, I told you should watch it with the boys, but you didn't listen to me at all. But I'll see if I can watch it with them.
I was going to say, give me a free.
I gave you a chance.
People
I gave you so many chances.
Listen, nobody asked you.
When did you read that email? You always trying to disrespect me.
We don't move mics in here.
That's what happened.
That's because you people wrong. It's just because you close.
People wrong. That's all they want to do.
So. All right now, Dion.
Crooked woman, please.
So, like, I think that to tie like what they did in the classroom to real life, I think that was really good. I like that parallel. I like that.
STEM is also very popular right now.
It is very popular.
STEM is popping. But as far as season 2, like, I just want them to wrap up what's happening. But like, any good season will leave you with the cliffhanger. I want them to wrap it up. But I'm just like, at this point, are we going to spend the rest of our days chasing the crooked whatever this is?
That's what I'm saying.
I just don't see the end in sight. Like,
the only thing that would make it cool is to be able to bring those people
back. Yeah,
because
true.
If they were just living inside of the thing,
right. Which ultimately I believe that is
to
what it is. On like an ultimate, on like a what you like a different universe. What
alternate
is it called?
Universe.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Alternate.
But yeah, like
don't be jumping like that. Like you
saw me shaking exactly. I don't like that.
I just don't know if if we're gonna keep chasing the same villain, because even in
now the two kids gonna fight.
In the other superhero movies, we get new villains.
Yeah,
like so.
And this one is kind of a new villain because it's a child, but then it'd be a child against a child. Well, it is because it is different. It is different because not only will he have Crooked Man's abilities, but he'll have his own, which he can read thoughts.
He can read minds. Yeah.
Come back here, Charlotte.
Yeah, I hated that. Was scary. I was so scared.
It reminded me of like Children of the Corn or something. I
didn't see that, so. I don't know anything about it.
But obviously that's what it's going to be, because when Mark came back, he said, Dion, just remember that this is energy. And what this energy do, just take new forms. And here we go seeing this little monstrous little white boy.
I said, how he going to kill that aunt like that? She was the only one.
He killed his dad too.
He didn't kill his dad.
He didn't kill his father.
Oh,
the Crooked Man killed his dad.
Well, technically it's him now, so he did kill his dad. Yeah, so I mean, as far as clearly season 2, they want upgraded graphics, guys. So y'all get on that.
I want Mark back.
I just hope that they I think the chemistry came together more toward the end.
Yes, I agree.
I do think that Nicole was holding it down. People were saying she was giving them Alicia Keys vibes, and I can see that. Let's not talk about anything else, because somebody loves to bring up something else when we talk about Alicia Keys. But I just think that the way that the cast was coming together, because another twist was that Biona was not the enemy. They were actually trying to help. Because at one point we thought that they were the ones trying to.
Well, I don't know how much help they really did, because they looked like they were laid out the second that they got there.
The children did it.
Like, I felt like the storm just wiped them right on out, and I didn't see any more. And I saw the mother running around trying to get stuff. Like, shoot it through here, Dion.
When they took her son.
I don't blame you, honey. I don't blame you.
But that's because that ghetto quarantine that they did. First of all, this is the same. I told them, I said, when you quarantine someone, whoever has come in contact with those people
right,
also have to be
go.
quarantined.
Right.
So for them to throw Dion over their shoulder and drag him out of there like that, it was just obviously this wasn't a real quarantine.
Right. I would have went up in there like that too. Like, give me my son.
And as a black mom, because the one thing that I think they tried to do, I don't know how I felt about success-wise, they tried to incorporate the whole race aspect. Mm-hmm. You know.
With
for that school.
Principal?
Yeah, with the principal.
Yeah.
And,
I think, honestly.
I appreciated Charlotte tripping him, though.
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think I honestly, for that part, believe it or not, I think I could have take it or leave it, left it. Only because, like you say, like they really couldn't expound on it enough to really be effective. But at the same time, I can appreciate it because, unfortunately, like we've talked on this show several times before, at the age that Dion is, you have to have these talks because. He needed to know how to properly handle that type of situation, being as though he had powers. And he could easily be turned just like Pat was. Because of the different ways that he could use his power. You know, like...
Oh, like when he threw that little boy against the wall.
Yes.
He stole his dad's watch, though.
Yeah,
but he didn't mean
but
to
he
do
did,
that.
but that's what I'm saying.
I get what she's saying, though. Like, it could go either way.
So because of that, I think that she had to like already prepare him because sometimes, not that the powers are real like I had thought at first, but sometimes, no, I'm just saying. But sometimes, you know, you can do something unconsciously without even knowing. So, you know, he could have been just walking and somebody said something and he just thought it and it just happened.
And
so
you know, I think it speaks
that
to
would be so cool.
The larger.
It's like when he almost got hit because that's all he did was think.
I think it speaks to the larger issue of can a black person have superpowers in America? Because
at this day,
we already have
them.
to deal with a certain hostile environment. So a lot of superheroes, they go into like, you know, they protect themselves. And as a black person in America, would we be able to live a regular life with powers? And
no.
I don't think so, because even in that scenario in the moment with him and that little boy, and I was like, he didn't even do what he wanted to do,
right? And
that's just protection right there,
right?
So he's already getting flack for that. Imagine if he really would have been like, I'm going to use my powers to do what I want. So I just feel like, you know, it speaks to how we already have an issue that we're trying to manage, and then you add everything else on top because it was a lot. And that's why the sister kept telling Nicole, like, you need to talk to him. Right. You need to talk to him. You need to talk to him. But I don't feel like... I needed more instances with that principal to believe that this is who he really was.
Exactly.
Because it just seemed like it just dropped out. Like, it just seemed like, oh, okay.
It was too blatant, though. I didn't need one more instance because I was going to want him dead.
No, I'm saying, like, is it a pattern?
Like,
not that there has to be a pattern, but I'm saying, like, if we're really going in like this... Because Dion was bad and annoying, honestly. You say he was bad the whole show. He was bad and annoying,
but he gave him some real you people type of talk, and... He didn't hear him out at all. To see that watch in that little boy's hand, like you know that little broke white boy did not have that watch.
But and I mean, not
he
only
doesn't even have a dad.
White boy still.
It was almost like I understand because of the time restraint on the show. It was like they were trying to squeeze things in, which I understood because I understood. We of course got it because they brought the science teacher in, which gave us the illusion that this has happened before. Because when the science teacher came in to try to break it up, he made a statement to the science teacher like, and you're not helping, and you know, type of what situation we deal, type of thing. So it was almost as if they've been in this predicament before, and that particular science teacher always steps in. That was the assumption that I got. Like, I'm a black science teacher. Let me calm it down because I know what this is all about. Type of thing. Black? No, and then the way that he made, I can't remember the exact statement, but the way that he talked to the science teacher before he slammed that door, it really pissed me off. I just want you to know.
And that's what
I know this ain't real, but I felt like it was.
I'm just saying, I wish they wouldn't have rushed it so much.
Yeah, like it needed to be.
I wish we could have seen that the first time or another time, anytime, because. Like, I believe it. Like, I don't need any evidence of racism. I know it exists. I know it's real. But I'm just saying, in the scheme of the show, most of our focus was on his powers at that point. And so we just shift gears to racism and then shift gears back to powers. It was just like, if they would have been talking about this, you know, consistently, it would have made sense more.
Right.
I mean, overall, for the show... If I can take or leave a season 2, I want a season 2 because I want our black actors and actresses to eat and have money and things like that, and I want them to develop. I will give the show a solid 3.
Interesting.
That's
3.
interesting. That is interesting.
I'm giving it a 6.
Out of
5?
Oh, I thought it was out of 10. So then I give it a 3 as well.
Okay. I'm like, Candace, you just said you hate the show 5 million times. All of us out of.
We all know that on this show, I'm a very hard critic.
Oh.
Child.
Do we know this?
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
be letting some stuff just fly, honey.
No, honestly. Now thinking back,
She's also rating us as a black mother with
What's
sons.
the rating? Just tell us what's the rating.
She said, cut to the meat, honey.
I'm just so tired of you.
I mean, we've already talked about it so much.
I give it a 3.
A 3.
Look
So
at
you did
us.
all of that. Look at us.
Because I was
Look at
trying
us.
to explain.
Who would have thought?
Who'd have thought? Look at us. Look at us. You trying to explain what?
Nope, I'm not explaining it. I'm done.
Wow.
You
Okay.
being childish.
So that's
But
good. A
we
3 is
all
good.
give it a 3, guys. Cheers.
Cheers to 3s. And I just think, much success. I did want to mention that the creator is not African American. He is Asian. And he wanted to see more black superheroes and characters in that regard. So I appreciate our allies and people. Look at that. Look at her. Look at her. I appreciate our allies and the people that create this space. And shout out to Michael B. Jordan. He was an executive producer for the series.
Shout out to you, bro.
And watch it. Y'all, we can have another show where we talk about this together.
Yes.
But y'all, we have to leave y'all wanting more at this point. So we've decided that's what we're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Until the next time, you good people, if you want to contact us, email us at blackgirlbroadcast@gmail.com.
And follow us on social media on Instagram at blackgirl.broadcast_BGB, on Twitter at BLKGRR Broadcast, and on Facebook by searching Black Girl Broadcast.
And make sure that you subscribe and comment and rate our podcast on your favorite podcast site. And we do appreciate you listening on whatever podcast site that you used. But we have some special exclusive live podcasts coming up, and you have to have a Podbean account.
Yes. To interact, yes.
Yes, that's what you need to do. It's a small little app you can just add to your device. Not a big deal.
It's true.
If you really rock with us.
And y'all should.
Obviously. If you are at this point, we've been here for going on 3 years
Going on
now.
3s across the board.
So definitely check us out on your favorite podcast site. But also remember that we have a YouTube page, channel, everything.
Yes.
So everything is under Black Girl Broadcast, BGB for short. And just find us, send us to your friends, share the videos, share the podcast. Oh my gosh, these guys are so funny.
Yes.
Ha ha, kiki.
Let us
they
know what we should talk
crazy.
about live.
They're intelligent, they wise, they know so much.
They're gorgeous. All of the above.
That's true. I don't like to toot my
everything.
own horn, but y'all know what time it is.
But until next time.
Watch the black shows so we can keep them on.
Don't let negative energy win.
Wow. Don't be corny.